When it comes to raising kids, there's that old mantra that it takes a village, especially if you want to raise that kid to impact change with people around them. And here to talk about kids and raising them is Dr. Michele Borba with your new book, and it's all about the unselfie. That's what you're calling it. It's empathy.
Empathy.
Yeah.
Well, you know, raising an empathetic kid is an interesting concept because I've always kind of thought either a kid had empathy or they didn't. Is there a problem now, you're saying? That
well, first, there is a problem. And the problem is that there's a tremendous dip. And how we know it is that researchers have been tracking incoming college freshmen for the last 30 years across demographics. And they've discovered that in the last 30 years, empathy has gone down 40% in college kids, and narcissism has gone up 58%.
And what is that due to? Is it our culture? Is it social media? Is it everything?
It's everything. That's the first thing I'm trying to figure out is, so what's causing it? And what I realized is that first, culture does matter. From parenting styles, to TV reality shows, to being plugged in and not tuning in, to the breakdown of the village, all of those impact. But it doesn't make any difference. We can still put the pause button on going. Empathy is absolutely critical. It not only really is the boost to happiness, giving your kid the economic edge, more successful in school and more successful in life, and the best thing is we can nurture it.
And how do you define empathy?
Feeling with another, not sympathy. Okay. That's I feel for you. It's like, so what?
Right.
I'm with you. We actually have this synchrony of I understand where you're coming from, and because I do, I'm more likely to act in, step in, and help you. That's the best answer we have, by the way, to bullying.
And I think that's the big social connect, because there's a social disconnect right now. And it's funny, I was just on the same exact page you are with kids. One of my kids is really tied into other people's emotion. I have some other ones that not so much. And I just thought it was more or less a nature and nurture type thing. It's kind of how they're born, but you're saying as parents, we could help to
Here's the cool thing. The last 10 years, research has thrown everything out the door in terms of what most of our parenting books. Our kids are hardwired for it. But unless we nurture it, it lies dormant. And I fear a lot of kids are in heavy sleep mode. So let's take it up a notch and go, we can do some things in our home, and it doesn't mean buying a program. It means just being intentionally more aware of it. And the first step is put down the cell phones every once in a while and tune in and look at the kid. In fact, if you taught your child at age 2, always look at the color of the talker's eyes, not only would be more likely to get a job at Wall Street, says that's the first thing they're looking for, but it's the first step to teaching emotional literacy. You can't learn empathy by facing a screen, only by looking face to face.
What is another thing parents can do?
Number 2 is start asking just, how was your day and what grade did you get? What caring thing did you do? They did a huge study at Harvard and they discovered that we're not emphasizing just caring enough. We're so grade-oriented that our kids are saying doesn't matter much to mom or dad.
And that's key. You're checking in, but you're saying what caring thing did you do?
Yeah, did you caring thing did you do?
Because that totally flips around, because I've never asked that of my kids ever.
Yeah, we don't. Model it. The best way to actually learn caring from, if said your child is, ask yourself, if my kid only my example to watch, what do you have caught today? There goes guilt 101 to the majority of us, but they do tune us in, they tune in. Emotionally charged books, Charlotte's Web, To Kill a Mockingbird, all of those, actually they put MRIs on our kids and they discovered emotionally charged literacy, fiction, actually charges your brain so you're more likely to get into the shoes of characters. Our kids are reading less, we're not reading as much to them. So do what we naturally did. Films, you can do movie night, but be selective on the kind of films you do and watch together. Talk feelings, oh you look sad, or how are you feeling today? So you can actually help your child learn how to regulate their feelings. There's over 500 activities in this book. Don't do them all or your kid will never let you read another book. But find a couple that you can just make into a routine and a ritual, and you'll raise not only a happier kid, but a more empathic one.
And I would imagine, too, with all the different pointers, some are going to resonate with some kids better than others.
That's why each activity is also age by age. What works for a toddler, not going to work for the teen.
Absolutely.
But this book does apply to parents of all ages then?
All ages. It's really designed to do that.
All right. So the book, again, is called Unselfie. You see it on your screen, Why Empathetic Kids Succeed in Our All About Me World, and you can pick it up wherever you buy good reads. Doctor, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
So interesting. We'll be back.